And welcome back, folks. We're starting now a new chapter in campaign mode for Let's Play Mobile Suit Gundam Federation vs. Zeon. When we last left off, I finally finished the Federation campaign, and the end results were not that great. Didn't do too well. I even managed to almost get my ass handed to me using a one-star Gundam. My skills are not very good. Anyways, we're going to start the Zeon campaign. Couple differences between the Zeon and Federation campaign. One, the Zeon have a large amount of mobile suits that can do everything. There's not really that many ground-based or space-based only mobile suits to the point like the Federation has, where we lost almost half of our usable mobile suits when we switched to space combat, or primarily over to it. So as usual, I'm going to go ahead and use my, my YouTube moniker, why not? I'm not sure if this is actually going to be viable for most games that have internames, because that Lokenhard's a pretty long title for a name, and most games don't have the character sequences for it.
A half-century has passed since Earth began
moving its burgeoning population. Yes, we've seen all of this.
Orbiting space colonies. A new home for mankind,
where people are born and raised and die. Bleh, I am to dead.
It is the year 0079 of the Universal Century. The cluster of colonies furthest from the Earth, Side 3, proclaimed itself the Principality of Zeon and launched a war of independence against the Earth Federation. Initial fighting lasted over 1 month, and half the human population was lost. People were horrified by the atrocities that had been committed in the name of independence. 8 months had passed since the rebellion began. They were at a stalemate. With half of the population dead, both the Federation and Zeon had lost most of their military forces, and innocent youths were left to fight the war.
I still love seeing these scenes.
Victory in its initial battle, the Principality of Zeon lowered mobile suits to Earth.
Although it did annoy me quite a bit that they would always kind of show this recap at the beginning of some of the earlier episodes. I mean, it was cool at first, but after a while, not that great. None of the information here changes whatsoever. It's the exact same opening that you get for the Federation campaign, so not that big of a deal. Now let's get to this campaign. Alright, orders from the homeland, from the fatherland. Engage in battle in various sites, yada yada yada. Alright, so we got our first mission in the Taklamana Khan Desert. Takamania? I don't know what I'm talking about. Combat practice using the Zaku 1. Oh lord, the Zaku 1. It doesn't even have a heat hawk. All you can do is tackle people with it. But the thing about this mobile suit is that there are billions of them. They're cheap to mass produce, and we're officially, basically, the first real mobile suit of the One-Year War era. You cannot, however, reload manually, like you can do with the Ground Gym. Very sad fact. I still think the Ground Gym is very superior to even the Zaku 2 in that regard. In fact, I don't think you can actually manually reload with any Zeon mobile suit when I think about it. Because eventually it just switches over to beam weaponry, and you can't reload that. Later on in the original generation, like Universal Century era, they do end up coming up with different versions of beam rifles. One's called makes use of a technology called the E-Cap, which is actually just an energy capsule, if I remember correctly, that works just like ammo belts kind of thing, so you can actually reload a beam rifle. So, but for now, it's all battery pack usage, which in a sense should not be able to recharge in-game if you're following with how it really works, I suppose. Because if I remember correctly, the Gundam had limited shots. Alright, you little fucker. I'm getting tired of you. You want to tackle? There you go. Give you my example of the Damakong Su. Bring it! Beast mode activate! Yeah, sweep the feet. It's not that great of a mobile suit. However, we're going to get a lot of them. And we can actually use this sucker in space. I don't know why I would towards the end of the game, because, God, it would be one hit and game over. Speaking of which, mission complete! That Zaku 1 was using a bazooka cannon that we'll get later on. For now, we don't have it. I'm going to try out something that I haven't really done before in any of the times I've really played through the game. I'm actually going to try and avoid doing any weapon missions, because I'm pretty sure you're going to get the weapons eventually. because if I do some of the weapon missions, I'm going to lose out on doing other missions that would give me points. So we're off to space real quick. Let's do this one here. Attack the enemy fleet. Alright, we have Zaku 1s, just 2 of them, so let's go. Fighting a Magellan. Still, I really like the way the Magellan looks versus the Salamis. The Salamis just looks stupid. Oh, another thing I didn't really show off in the last mission is that we have a secondary attack. The Knucklecracker, I believe is the proper name for it. It's like a fist hand grenade kind of thing. Interesting. Really nice to use against ships and stuff, but against mobile suits, not that great. Never really found it to be that useful. I will use it probably by accident a lot, just because I'm hitting buttons in frustration. Alright, we're doing pretty good here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Salamis and even the Magellans take a lot more out of a health bar for like your enemy status. Ah, crap, the other field. Than what it's displaying here, but then again, it is kind of a low-level mission, so that makes sense, I suppose. Let's just beat some sense into the Magellan, take out a couple turrets while we're at it. Alright, one more assault. No, a couple more at least. Now, these things do have a lot of anti-aircraft ability. More so, I would say, than the Musai, which only have really those front turrets, and that's about it. Pretty well, the rest of their anti-aircraft is not really all that versatile. Now, I'm curious how long it takes for the machine gun for the Zaku 1 and Zaku 2 to reload. It shouldn't be that long. I mean, if it was something a little bit more high-tech, I could see it taking longer, but I don't know. Alright, our first mission done. Taking out Salamis and Magellans. 4 battleships and 2 turrets. Alright, starting that count already. Sweet, we already have a Zaku 2. Much better mobile suit off the bat than the Zaku 1. Big Trey. Now we finally get to have revenge against that piece of shit. If anyone can recall Big Trey, when I actually had to defend the damn thing during my Federation playthrough, right during, if my memory serves, the Operation Odessa flank. Now, don't let any of the Type 61 tanks get through. If you do, it's game over. Luckily, we don't have to shoot 2 parts of them. These things just blow up and they're dead. Pretty easy to kill. They don't even fire at you if memory serves. So you're good. Alright, now let's go find... there's a Fly Manta. Kind of like a core fighter, or at least... Oh, fuck you, Big Trey. Basically a core fighter type thing. Now, in this mission, Big Trey's moving. What the fuck? Big Trey shouldn't be allowed to move. Well, it doesn't really matter. We can just kick the crap out of it like this. And Big Trey is a no more. Screw Big Trey. Why couldn't it have been moving when we actually had to defend it? No, it was stuck. It's in a stationary portion, most of the time doing damage to us. My Zaku 2 says you're inferior. Alright, new type rank C. These are beginning missions. I should not feel all that impressed, but I do. Alright, got the new bazooka. We got 2 new missions, one in space, one out there. Ooh, a yellow mission. I'm going to assume this is Operation, Yep, this is Project V. You know, let's do this mission here. My Zaku 2's kind of damaged, so we'll go ahead and use that. And let's take the bazooka out for a spin. Some of these missions are going to mirror their Federation counterparts, and you're just going to be really on the opposite side. But there are some unique missions to the Zeon side, just as there were for the Federation. Let's see, we got, looks like a gun cannon and probably a gun tank. Let's take out the gun tank first, because it's not going to move as much as the gun tank will. Ah! And because it takes a lot of fucking health out of our meter if it hits you. Just be careful, that thing is extremely potent. It will destroy you in a heartbeat, so don't let it get too close to you because it can turn on a dime. Yep, like that. Even the shell just off to the side can hit you. Crap. Fucking gun tank. Alright, you're gone. Gun tank's dead as well, and our Zaku 2 friend has escaped. Huzzah. Did not do too well with that. I was using a Zaku 1, so that doesn't surprise me, and my accuracy sucked. See the Zaku 1. Yay, a Zaku 1. Nothing new. Let's go do a mission on Earth so we don't lose it, unless it's a weapon mission, which I don't care. No, this is actually, ooh, to test the Gouf. I will definitely do that. We fought this mobile suit quite a few times before in the past. It is basically a melee mobile suit, and it's fairly good at it, too. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to use this once we get into main space combat, because it is a ground type only. I'm not sure if there are actually space versions or not, but if they are, they're not in this game. I know there's Gouf flight types, but those really don't come into play for the original series, so I'm assuming that this game just tried to use the original series canon, canonically, not using the novels or the movies, just the series itself as it first showed up. Fairly good. We have our beam, I think it's a beam saver, is it? Or heat tamal, I can't remember which one it's called. It's basically like a heat rod. It doesn't actually have a beam to it except for what's coating it. Many of the weaponry that Zeon mobile suits use for melee don't really have a beam to it. It's more of a physical blade with a heated portion. Kind of a cool contrast to the Federation there. Other than that, we do have a cannon type thing. It's basically a machine gun that we shoot out of our hands. It's effective, I guess. Maybe, maybe not. I never really use it that much because the beam, the sword is just so much better. We also have the heat whip. Now that is a good weapon, and it's our sub-weapon. So instead of the knuckle cracker like we get for the Zaku 1, Zaku 2, we get the heat whip. Let's try it out. Fairly effective. Although later on it won't be quite as useful. Nice. Managed to tackle his feet, and his chest blows up. Physics. Another Zaku 2. It's no fair. They have all these Zaku 2s for test types, but they won't give me another one. Oh well, we'll have plenty before this. Oh, right in the chest. Come on, bro. Yep. Heat whip for the win. Get over here. Essentially, this mobile suit is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Except in blue. It'd be kind of cool if this game actually allowed you to change the paint color scheme for your mobile suits. I mean, I don't see why it would be such a problem. Alright, got a new Gouf and the bazooka for the Zaku 2. Let's do our next mission up here, inside Side 7. You know what? Let's take that Gouf out for a spin. It is a 1-star. I don't believe there actually is a 0-star Gouf. I just don't think they exist. Gotta love the Gouf. It's so cool. And I really did like it when it first appeared in the series under Ram Maral, an ace of the Zeon military. But by far, the coolest animation I've ever seen using the Gouf definitely comes from, was it Colonel Norris or Captain Norris when he uses it to take on the 8th Mobile Suit Squad or team from the 8th MS team. Just such epicness. Really proved how much of a difference there is. Oh shit. Oh shit. I forgot this is the mission with Gundam. Quickly destroy it! You can't. That's right. The Gundam is invincible. I'd recommend getting the hell away from it, because it's going to take care of that Zaku 2 in no time flat. And then it's going to come after you. I think it only has the beam saber at the moment, and it's Vulcans, just like in the actual story missions. The entire point of this is to just survive. I really wouldn't recommend taking him on, because at this point, there's nothing that we have that will match the Gundam in anything. So, just run away. If you're feeling kind of brave, go for it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Because he fucking hurts. A lot. Holy shit. Just 2 slashes and I took a lot out of the Gouf. And I still got a new type rank C out of that. That's bad. It's really bad. Ah, Rear Admiral Cassilia Zabi. Anyone remember her? Backstabbing bitch.
This is Cassilia. Rather good work. I will remember it.
Yeah. Get used to meeting members of the Zabi family. You're going to see them quite a bit. Destroy enemy units. Belfast. Since our Gouf is out of action, let's take our Zaku 1 and take it for a spin. Even though the Zaku 1 becomes cannon fodder later on, I like it a lot better than the RGM 79. Oh, a hell of a lot better. I never really liked Belfast. I just don't. It's cloudy and foggy, nasty, rainy out. Looks like London outside, or any medieval film you've ever seen. It looks just like it. This is kind of different, fighting gyms, and I'm used to fighting alongside them. They're not too bright. They just kind of stand there. The AI is not too advanced at the moment, but it will get better with time. Bring it. Eat Knucklecracker. Now, the Knucklecracker, you can receive damage from it, so I'd recommend being careful how you use it. It's kind of like getting too close with a bazooka shell, aka the Dom, which you'll get a couple times. Another ground gem. I really wish they had adapted something a little bit better than the 79 for space combat. Now, there are different types of the 79. There's like the command and such like stuff like that. Those are much better. Even some of them actually even employ a relatively simple eye field. Thank you, buddy, for shooting me in the back. I think that actually the Gem command does. There's also the Gem sniper, which is a ground mobile suit. That's not too bad. That would have been kind of interesting to use, especially for grunt mobile suits kind of thing. But it never got really designed or implemented. No, I don't want to switch. I hate it when I switch my camera by accident. Now watch out for that Gundam. He's got a fairly powerful 180mm cannon. It looks like our friend took him out with a tackle. Nice. It's so weird. This is going to throw me off for a long time, seeing the complete screen after watching a Federation mobile suit die. Did not do very well in that. Yeah, you think they develop mobile suits? Because they're every freaking where. This is probably a white base mission. Yep, this is a story mission, one of the first ones. So I'm going to hold off on that one for a minute and take a look what else we got. A couple easy missions, one very easy. 5 Medea destroyed. 7 targets destroyed. That's testing the Zaku. It's Belfast again. Enemy battle strength 0. And the Gao leaves the operation area. Let's do that one. This is the Zeon take for the protect the Medea missions, basically. I don't remember giving that guy the bazooka. I don't think I want him using that. That might be more detrimental to my health than his. Alright. So the Gao will basically fly around. Why, I don't know. Could have easily just sped through. The Medea don't fly around, they just get the fuck out of Dodge. The Gao, on the other hand, just doesn't. So eventually it'll fly through here, and then you gotta protect it for a little while, and you'll be done. But as you also saw, we can do the destroy the Medea missions, which are the reverse of protect them, which we'll be doing those because those have a good chance of giving you good stuff. If not repairs and things like that, you know, you never know. You could capture a Federation mobile suit. I wouldn't be entirely opposed to that. And here comes our Gao. About friggin' time. Of course, as usual, more enemies show up. A couple ground Gundams. Ooh, one of them has a 180, which will take out that thing quick. Or one of them has that rocket pack. While he's busy with that guy, we want to take out Rocket Man. We don't want him having too many opportunities to fire. Notice the Gao does not have a lot of defense. Come on, get out of here. Let's go. Maybe it does fly through. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It does drop bombs. That's an interesting thing. It kind of carpet bombs the area. Not that it's really effective at all. Usually it can be more of a double-edged sword and hits you or an ally. Come on, fall already. There we go. Looks like our Gao is almost out of the area. There we go. Cool. I was wrong then. He doesn't fly around like an idiot. Now, I suppose if they did just the straight-through type missions, or the destroy the Gao missions, that would be really difficult as a Federation. Nice cup of tea. What do we got going on here? More enemy battles. Ooh, actually, there's a couple good ones there. I think I will do this mission because we're helping a prototype allied Dom escape. The Dom is a very good mobile suit, and if we can get him quick, I want him. I only had one Dom, I think, for the Federation playthrough that I captured, and one Rick Dom, and they were fairly good. You get a lot more of them here in the Zeon side, obviously. But let's do this. It's pretty sad that a prototype unit as powerful as the Dom actually is needs a Zaku 1 to come and help it out. Come on, stop strafing. Alright, there goes one of them. The Dom just has to make it across the field or destroy the enemy Federation battle strength. I think the battle strength one's going to happen sooner because the Dom takes forever to just try and get out of the field. Yeah, you're not going anywhere, champ. If that Dom pilot was actually doing a good job, he could have destroyed half these before I got here. He's not taking very much damage, which is to his credit, I suppose. Most of the time, defend ally type missions like this, they just absorb bullets like it's, you know, going out of style. Thank you so much. I had him, Dom. I really did. But then of all times, you decide to fire at me. Finally got a copy working of Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam. It took me a while to actually find a copy. It's hard to find them in stores, and I never did when it first got released, but I managed to actually find one in a GameStop. Brand new, might I add. So I bought that, of course. I'd never even seen the game before. So I'm trying to get that running at the minute. I'm a little disappointed, however, with the fact that they changed the gameplay up for the campaign. It does run off basically the same engine as Federation vs. Zeon. However, the campaign is, God, vastly different. First off, you don't have the whole map to choose from missions and stuff like that. It doesn't really feel like it's a combat unit you're playing as. Instead, it feels almost as if you're just following a storyline kind of thing. You play certain missions that they choose from the story. You do play as more characters, but yeah, it just... One good thing about it is that it does have a shit ton of mobile suits to play as, and I mean a lot, both from the 1 Year War and Zeta Gundam, which is where that one primarily takes place. Alright, you know what? I'm tired of chasing you down. Jesus Christ. There he goes. Now, Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam does take place during the 1 Year War. It actually starts off with the 1 Year War and then continues on through Zeta Gundam, which is the sequel series. So it's not bad. Lots of missions, and again, it has, you know, the Federation Zeon side you can play as, and they all have different missions and stuff like that. A lot of them will repeat, just like the Federation versus Zeon campaign here. Oh, would you go die? Fuck you, bro. You know what? Screw you, guy. I'm going home. I'm tired of dealing with this bullshit. And the only problem is see if I can actually get Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam working. Because it's no point if I got the game if I can't record it, I suppose. Although for a collector's item, it's not bad. It's not the greatest game in the world. I know there are much better Gundam games, but considering that so very few made it to the United States, I'll take what I can get. Alright, we got our equivalent of the 180mm cannon, otherwise known as the Magella attack tank cannon for the Zaku 2. Interesting weapon, not that great. Fuck. I was hoping we wouldn't miss that, but we missed a story mission where we basically have to attack White Base. It's the same mission that we did as a Federation officer where we had to protect White Base as it went through an area on Luna 2. And Char shows up, that kind of thing. The only difference is that we're on the opposite side. So it's not a big deal. Ah, yes, amphibious combat test. Great. I get to launch.